This chick just got ghosted for the first time, and she's not handling the rejection well at all. Tyrone didn't call her back after last night, and now she's in her car trying to figure out where her knight in shining armor is to make it all better.
I used to be like, oh my God, I'm so hot and sexy as a joke. But now I don't think it's a joke. Now I think I'm genuinely one of the hottest and sexiest people I've ever seen. And I deserve that.
Remember this face, guys, and in 20 years, I think the probability that you'll be watching her on one of those Dateline horror stories will be very high. Stop feeding these girls underserved compliments, guys, because this is the result, okay? You get chicks like this who think they're on par with, like, a Megan Fox or whatever. Absolutely ridiculous.
Tumblr may have made me a feminist and radicalized me back in 2012, but TikTok has made me a full-on femcel misandrist as God intended, and I thank you for that.
Why on earth would you thank TikTok for that? If that clip right there doesn't prove to you how dangerous social media apps are like TikTok, I don't know what does, guys. We have a straight up veteran right here. 10 years is a lot of commitment. And if I recall, this is the same girl who is living with a bunch of cats.
Okay, please don't hurt my feelings. Okay, period. Period.
Even a guy who isn't very conscientious about the current dating scene would be able to see something wrong with a woman like this. If you've been divorced twice as a woman, then yes, the common denominator is probably you. Especially since women initiate the vast majority of divorces. You hear all this rubbish about, like, you need to accept me for who I am. No, guys. We're all born flawed, and, you need to work on improving yourself, because otherwise you're just going to hurt the people you care about. This chick has 4 kids and is now without a co-parent. A guy with any sense is right not to accept you.
Okay, you guys, I have a serious question. I've been really thinking about this. I don't think I'm the only person that thinks this way, but I need TikTok to tell me, is it just me? Say you're talking to a guy. I don't mean dating. I just mean talking. You're still in the very early stages. His communication's already lagging, but like, what man's isn't, let's be honest. But he goes an entire day without speaking to you. Do you ever think, is your first thought, I hope something bad didn't happen to him. I hope he's still alive. I never think I'm getting ghosted. Something bad happened to you before my thought is, oh, I was ghosted. I'm thinking you're in a horrible car crash, or maybe you went out and got too drunk and I don't know what happened with your night, but you're not ghosting me. Something seriously bad happened to you. Does anyone else think that, or is it just me?
It's never a personal flaw with them. They never take the time out to consider that, maybe it's something they said or how they acted or anything like this. No. Everything is external and, they can do no wrong because they're a princess and everything is just cotton candy. If you ghost her, she automatically assumes it's an issue with you and not her, and she'll quickly rationalize it to convince herself that she didn't like you anyway.
My biggest flex is I'm exactly who I say I am, and I don't gotta fake shit.
I'm glad you're being honest that you're a straight up train wreck that went off the tracks as soon as you became an adult. Whoops, just kidding. Women never do that.
I am so single that I went to a cliff and yelled, I love you! And the echo yelled back, I just want to be friends.
I don't need another temporary person. I want someone who, even when I am an unlovable mess, will look at me with love in their eyes. And they'll stay.
Women are masters at hiding their true motives. Women don't really want a man so much as they want someone to do all the hard, annoying tasks in their life, while also simultaneously giving her a payout. That romance stuff, physical attention, things like this, she sees that as a chore. Because you see, most women by the time they're like 20 have already experienced a surplus of all this physical attention. And it, just becomes boring to them. It's no longer as exciting. It's hard to connect with someone and feel as though they're special when you've had 50 other people before them that you called special.
So I've got a long drive ahead of me, and I'm sitting here reflecting on my dating life over the past few years, and I've realized there is a common occurrence that just keeps happening. I kid you not. It happens every time I start talking to somebody, and I'm hoping maybe someone can explain to me why this keeps happening.
Because that's how online dating goes.
But I meet somebody, we start talking, maybe a week or two into it, have met up a couple times, and then they tell me, oh, I'm not trying to rush into anything serious. I'm not really trying to get into anything serious right away. And I'm like, that's chill, man. Me neither. Like, I'm willing to take things slow. That's all good. And then within a week, I never hear from them again. And I realize I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I don't understand why this keeps happening. Like, why are you on dating apps if you're, not trying to look for a relationship, if you're not going to be upfront about the fact that you're not looking for a relationship? And I know, like, not everybody's going to fall in love with me, but still, like, it's really frustrating.
You have no one to blame but yourself. Look, the vast majority of dating is being done online. The people who push courtship online was actually women because they like having the proxy of the internet. They like not having to contend with someone physically in front of them, where they have less power to trick the guy. Online dating gives women power. They want to make it so approaching a girl in public is viewed as something unnatural. They want to push you to online dating so they can have an access to a bunch of men, use a bunch of Photoshop filters on their photos, get all the perfect camera angles so they appear as flattering as possible, apply a pound of makeup and then use a bunch of apps to make it look like they're not wearing makeup and you can't tell, all this other nonsense. These dating apps have made it so as soon as a person says something you don't like, you simply block them, or more common these days, just report their profile and move on. And, this is exactly the result.
You want to know what I hate? Is when you're already in the 4th stage out of the 5 stages of grieving over a boy, and then he just decides to hit you up again. And you're like, sir, I've already mentally broken up with you, cried about it, reassessed my life, gone through my hot girl makeover and moved on. That happens within 72 hours. Dead ass, when my boyfriend and I first started dating, there was this one time where I was literally crying at the dinner table with my mom, but I was starting to wipe the tears away. I was over it. I was moved on. And he FaceTimes me. And I just remember looking at my mom and I literally said, I was like, what do I do? I was not mentally prepared for this.
I don't know what type of relationship you have with the person if you're able to move on that quickly. Nothing genuine, that's for sure. It's sad, but lots of girls do move on this quickly. And, it's sad because it's an indication of how illegitimate the relationship was the entire time.
So you'll pick me up at 8?
You really go out with some guy you don't know?
Well, you can't be worse than the guys I do know.
I bet you this girl will eventually also have a baby with someone she doesn't know also. But anyways, guys, that's all I got for today for you. If you like this video, please leave a like. If you haven't already, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. It's Sasori. Peace.